Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have a lot to say. A lot of love in that last video, I gotta appreciate it, so thank you so much for that. Seems like a few of you guys are agreeing with me that COD is absolute cheeks this year. You guys had so many great suggestions, so thank you for that, and I'm gonna check them out. Hopefully make a video if they're cool. Yet again, I'm looking for new games, so leave them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get through them. So, with that being said, I want to talk about the game that's captured my attention the most since I've tried to kick my debilitating habit. And I've mentioned it in my previous video, but the game I'm in love with at the moment is Halo Infinite. Now it kind of feels weird talking about this game, it being like the 8th game in a long running franchise, but maybe some of you haven't played it before, and I think there's enough changes in this iteration for me to give it a review or an explanation kind of thing, so I'm going to do my best. Also, this game's been copping a lot of hate online at the moment. Honestly, I know why, but I'm not really sure at the same time why. This game's been taking a long while to get off the ground, but it feels like a perfect time to jump into the game. Starting at the ground level of this game, it honestly feels incredible. The way the character moves is some of the best movement in FPSs at the moment. The movement is flawless, the sprint, the mantle feels snappy and responsive, and the slide in this game might be one of the best in FPS right now. With the shield absorbing so much damage, it really rewards great movement and positioning. And it feels like the maps are built for that too, but we will come back to that as well. The guns might feel off if you play modern military shooters, but the sound of them is really nice, and all of them are really varied. All of them have their place: short range, medium range, long range, with a few wild cards thrown in to keep it spicy. With some of those guns being a lot better than others. Per se, the rocket launcher. I mean, it's just a beast, it obliterates, and obviously doesn't fit into those pre-mentioned categories. But it's also balanced in the way that it only has 4 shots. You have to use it at the right time, so otherwise you're wasting a very, very valuable asset. But in turn, it kind of gives you a way to play the game and maneuver the maps, as these weapons and ability become the main objectives, especially in Slayer modes. There's little to no recoil in this game because the skill in this game is more focused on hitting shots and movement, which works in its favor because yet again the shield soaks a lot of damage. And I think in the modern landscape of arena shooters, TTK is so quick, so this game almost feels like a breath of fresh air. Maybe I've been playing too much COD, but yeah, I definitely feel like the shield to health mechanic is, I don't think it's definitely different at the moment. I don't think it was different at the time, but I like the fact that once you drain shield off an opponent, you can pretty much wipe them out with an instant headshot straight away. So the person you're shooting at will have an indicator on them as you're shooting them, how their shield is going. It's not like you don't know, but it also doesn't show a bar above their head, so it's something visually you have to understand. They have it's a aura around them, like an electricity, like the shield is depleting. The electricity kind of breaks at one point, which lets you know that their shield's depleted and they're open for a headshot, or especially melees, because melees in this game are ruthless. I think personally that this adds to the skill gap quite a lot, and it allows people who have played more to understand more, and gives you that sense of learning, you know, when to shoot, when to melee, when to go for the headshot, when to back out of a fight, when to initiate a fight. And it allows you to make that decision on the fly, which adds a depth to this game, and that's just one kind of mechanic of the game. Gunfights in this game feel like almost a little bit like chess, and that might be over explaining or gassing up the gunfights, but I honestly think that it gives you that time looking at the shield breaks, looking at the energy, looking at how your opponents are, and lets you make the decision on how you're going to approach a gunfight, and also for yourself and teammates, who should push first, if you should protect a teammate. It feels exciting because if you make the right decision, because there's so much health, you could be up for a multi-kill. And multi-kills in this game feel really, really, really hard to get. But once you master that shield system and you start earning those multi-kills, they feel really nice and super, super rewarding. There's not a lot of games that replicate what Halo has health-wise, so it makes it a bit different from games or shooters in the current modern age. Now, let's get to the modes in Halo Infinite. Now, there's quite a few. Plus with Forge, that's pretty much expanded to infinite possibilities, but we like I said before, we'll get into Forge. There's a bunch of modes in the base game. They have Slayer, which is like a normal TDM, but then they will like iterate on it, like where it's like TDM with certain weapons, or it's TDM with lives instead of just endless, first to 50, which makes you approach these modes differently. Yeah, I kind of made fun of Call of Duty for doing this last week, but it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel as much of a rip-off, and maybe that's because I'm new to the game. Like, attrition doesn't feel like Slayer with extra steps. It feels like you have to play it differently to get something else out of it. Where Hostage Rescue feels like Search and Destroy with extra steps. Maybe that's the players playing it, but at the same time, I never ever felt different about the hostage mode. I was just, if the hostage is there, I will pick him up, but at the same time, just try and kill everybody. Now in Halo, it's not just like the one mode done over and over again. There is other game modes, King of the Hill, Domination, CTF, the regular stuff, but also they've got the big team modes. The thing I like about big team mode is it feels like Halo on a larger scale, where a ground war or Warzone doesn't feel like the multiplayer anymore. It feels like a separate kind of game with the same mechanics. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's up for you to decide, but me personally, I don't enjoy that. Also, this game has hardcore modes, like they call it, it's called Tactical Slayer, but it's pretty much one-shot headshot. So, as soon as you see somebody pop them in the head, instant death. So, it covers all bases here. Oh, and I didn't mention, it has a good ranked mode. No way, I hate having stuff to grind. But honestly, the modes in Halo are very varied, and the customization in custom games allows you to modify these and make your own recipes and have fun with your friends and whatnot. And with Forge as well, which we will get onto right now. So Forge is incredible. Honestly, people have made any which map you can think of, any mode you want. Me and the boys played High Rise, Nuketown, we did a Death Run, which was super fun. We did Griffball, which is an old mode from the older Halos, I don't know about. I haven't played much Halo in the past, and honestly, that's just scratching the surface. If that's your kind of thing, there's so many tools to make whatever you want, which, in my opinion, this fixes, well, at least softens the blow of one of the major issues with this game. One of my biggest gripes with this game, there's a serious lack of maps. Man, since leaving and coming back, there's maybe 2 new maps, and one of those maps is a remake. I can't speak for Big Team, I haven't played that much of it since I came back, but 4v4 is dying for new maps, especially ranked, and I'm hoping Forge can help with that. Another issue I've been noticing with this game is either I'm wrecking Americans or people outside of Australia all the time, or the netcode in this game is just sometimes horrendous. I'll be getting killed by wanted bullets way too much, way too frequently. I'm having to take myself out of gunfights earlier than I should have to try and avoid myself from dying from wanted bullets. Bullets are coming around a corner. That can be very frustrating, those high tense moments, those Slayer late game moments where it's really close, 45 to 45. But it's a small gripe, honestly. It can really take you out of it sometimes. Another issue I've been having with this game, the seasons are way too long. I feel like it's been season 2 forever. I feel like I played this game before COD came out, came back, and it's still season 2. And Modern Warfare 2 is about to get into its season 2. I hope the studio can get the support, the update, and put more stuff into this game, like skins and other progression items, even if it is battle passes, which should... I'm not really a big fan of battle passes. I don't really like them. That's another topic for another day though, right? I know I've been hearing a lot of stuff with 343 and layoffs and management issues. So I'm hoping that Microsoft or whoever is in charge over there can, allocate some resources, time, and point this game in the right direction. Because I genuinely think this is one of the best times to get into this game, with Forge being included and whatnot. Like it's almost a second lease of life on this game. Look, if you have an Xbox or a PC and are looking for a new shooter to play that rewards good aim and movement, that has some of the crispiest gameplay, with almost a nice breath of fresh air in this landscape, give Halo Infinite a try. The multiplayer is free, Forge is super fun. This game is definitely worth your time. This game has a balance of fun and variety, and if you're a competitive person, this will fuel your fire, I guarantee it. This game has a skill gap to master, which brings you back daily. It really separates the boys from the men, and every time I jump on, I seem to learn something new about it. I really enjoyed my time so far with Halo, and I don't see myself putting it down just yet. I do have a few issues with it, but overall, I am really enjoying this game, and I really do think you should check it out. With that being said, subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna have some live streams of Halo going up over the next, however long. I do really enjoy it, so stay on the lookout for those, and don't forget to drop a like on this video. And I hope you're all just having a fantastic day. This is a bit less down than the last video, so I hope you all enjoyed it too. And thanks again. Thank you so much for the love on that last video. It's really inspired me to keep going. So, yet again, have a great day. I love you all. Peace.